Jack, congrats on the win. You get the victory, but this Wizards team was fighting back constantly back and forth again, especially in that fourth quarter. What did it take to kind of pull it out?
I think this game we actually did show some composure and poise at the end, which was great to see. We got in our sets, we got the ball where we wanted to, made them double team us, and for the most part, we were in the right position to make the right play. So overall, good win by our guys. We've been grinding our guys with minutes, and these games are coming fast and furious, but they're answering the bell, and I'll give them credit.
And I know a guy that you're used to now at this point, KD, to finish tonight with 39 points, another efficient 13-20 from the field. What is it just like to coach KD every single game and what you've seen from him?
Yeah, it's, sometimes I have to make sure I don't take him for granted. The fact that he shows up every single day, he's ready to work, he's ready to listen, he's ready to be a great teammate. Our relationship has grown, the ability to talk to him about what's needed, what's missing. All that's been a joy. And, we talked about tonight, he's really the only one that's kind of guaranteed. His stretch in the first and the third, they're probably going to look the same. Tonight we had to change Kai's minutes because we didn't have Ben, and we wanted Kai and Kevin to always be on the court. So our group is evolving, and I keep stressing the ability to be flexible with the whole ideal of trying to win. And Kevin has that on his mind all the time as he steps on the floor. He wants to win.
Coach, I got two quick ones for you. First, I think you took 2 timeouts in the first quarter, and then you took another one like 33 seconds into the second. Just are there trigger points for you where you see something immediately and that's it, timeout?
My mom would not have appreciated that second one, Christian. That's for sure. I was just a little heated. What happened was they got a layup to the rim, and they had a non-shooter that was on the same side. And so just the detail, the focus, and we had come from that timeout talking about let's focus during this next stretch right here. And the group that was out there to start the second felt that they can make a push against their second unit. I want to remind them just to be locked in every single possession. So that's what those timeouts were for.
And second, obviously no Ben. You guys are playing small. The rebound margin kind of ballooned up. Just what do you guys need to do to kind of work on that area?
Yeah, that's always going to be a problem for us, and we know it. And, before the game, we showed last time they played us how they got offensive rebounds. We'll continue to show our guys. And it's just it's not only a mindset, but it's the ability to have contact on those possessions. And sometimes you go up and you think, okay, I can get this thing. You might be better off just boxing out and let someone else get it. So we can get those habits of just finding contact on every single play. It'll help us.
Jacques, you got some big points from Kyrie in the fourth quarter. I think tonight marked him playing as many games before the suspension as after. Just do you think he's all the way back acclimation-wise, conditioning-wise, et cetera, from where he was beforehand?
It's been a lot of games for him, to be honest, and a lot of games. For him to play 5 and 7, that's a lot of games. And so I think we have to be judicious in what we do on our off days, recovery, giving as much time to kind of recoup their energy and legs, and especially because Kai missed some time and he wasn't able to play, and it's nothing like game shape. So I'm always touching base with him. You saw his different rotation tonight. He only ran 6 minutes in the first, then he ran 12 in the second, which was different. So he showed that he could do that with halftime. Guys are being flexible. I think I'll keep checking with him to see how his legs are doing, but he's getting there. And now we're in the pace of playing every other day, which is ideal for an athlete. Go ahead, Alex. Hold on, Aaron. Alex got a second to follow up.
Well, I was just going to say, if you look at his splits from before and after the suspension, like the shooting percentages are pretty similar. It's just the points per game, I think, is roughly a dozen and change difference. Do you attribute that to, as you said, kind of the rust and the acclimation, or something else?
I think it's kind of twofold. It's getting back in the mix, but also he got back in the mix and Ben was handling a little bit more, and Ben was pushing also. So some of those opportunities where he would have in transition by himself, maybe Ben was distributing to someone else. So it's interesting to see how he's getting his shot. Like tonight, we ISO'd him a bunch because we felt he had an advantage. We always have that advantage with him. But he has the ability to push it just as much as Ben does. If we can get both of them doing it at the same time, that's pretty good for us.
Jock, Kevin is obviously an all-timer, and you said you don't want to take him for granted, but 38-plus minutes every night, how sustainable is this going forward?
It's not ideal. I do agree with that. And while we're in the win now mode, win today's game, we are behind the scenes talking about what the stretch looks like beyond tomorrow, beyond the next day. So it is on our minds. And we'll map out some time where we'll save a shoot-around and maybe not have it. So be I don't know, strategic that way, but ideally he wouldn't be playing this amount of minutes this early, for sure.
You mentioned the rebounding. I mean, for much of the season, the shot discrepancy has been a combination both of the rebounding and of the turnovers. What have you seen that's allowed you guys to be so much cleaner the last few games and not coughing the ball up?
I think we've really been stressing, Brian, of just getting into the right place. Like, it's a luxury for us when teams double-team Kevin. It creates movement for us automatically. The ball gets sprayed, and we're playing advantage game. We can mix that in the course of the game without turning it over, and that was part of the 3 clips that we watched today, is the last team Orlando tried to blitz him, and we weren't in the right spots, turnover. If we can just be, in the right spot, it will be advantageous for us. And we'll continue to stress that because it is an advantage when he gets double. All right, guys.